Hello, my name is David Coleman. Let me start today by asking a few questions. Have you ever used Google to navigate to your Facebook Marketplace purchase? Have you ever used your smartphone to find a Starbucks? If so, you've already utilized GIS products. GIS is a science. It's a science that utilizes technology to help people make decisions and make maps that matter. In my speech today, I'll tell you about the changes that GIS has went through in the 20th century. I'll go over the utilization of GIS that helps maintenance vehicles. And also, I will help you to inform you how GIS is saving lives. GIS has went through a lot of changes in the last 20 years. According to the contributors of the CRC Press article, GIS, An Introduction to Mapping Technologies, it is no exaggeration to point out mappers entered the 20th century on the back of a mule and left it staring at geo-referenced electronic images collected by robotic spaceborne sensors. End quote. The author goes on to say, quote, perhaps the most compelling aspect of GIS and geospatial technology has been its meteoric rise to the public consciousness and entry into the mainstream over the past 2 decades. Those quotes come from the 2018 article GIS, An Introduction to Mapping Technologies by C. Follett, P. McAfee, and S. Wang. Now that we've been over some changes of GIS, I want to talk to you about how to predict the maintenance needs of automobiles using GIS technologies. Keeping a record of your vehicle's maintenance is important. According to the research team in Cardiff University paper, 2 main types of maintenance strategies widely deployed in fleet management are run to failure and preventative maintenance. End quote. This means they only fix it once it's broken, which is dangerous, or they only fix it when they think it will break, which is hard to predict. But there's some light at the end of the maintenance tunnel. The research team at Cardiff University goes on to say experimental results indicate better time between breakdown predictions can be achieved with the help of GIS. End quote. These quotes come from the 2019 article, Automotive Maintenance Predictions Using Deep Learning with GIS Data by Chong Chen, Jing Liu, Zhifeng Sun, Carla Di Carano Gilfelder, and Scott Titimus. Now that I've touched on changes that GIS has gone through, the way that GIS can help predict the maintenance of automobiles, I want to talk about the way that GIS technology is helping save animal lives. ZIMS is the Zoological Information Management System, and it will help share up-to-date information about animals in zoos and aquariums around the world. ZIMS will help save animal lives by increasing the rate at which information's shared about animals. According to J.P. Cohen from the 2006 article, New at the Zoo, ZIMS will let any authorized zoo or aquarium staffer use the new database to check and revise animal records, get answers, veterinary and research questions, and combine data in new and more creative ways than was previously possible. End quote. The information stored in the database will even make handwritten logs obsolete. Cohen goes on to say, the database contains information on the species name, age, sex, birth, date, sale, and the loan of more than 2 million living and dead animals in 645 member institutions in more than 70 countries on 6 continents. End quote. These quotes come from the 2006 article, New at the Zoo, by J.P. Cohen. In conclusion, today I talked about the changes that GIS has made, the utilization of a GIS product to help maintain your vehicles. I talked about the way that GIS is helping save animal lives. Now that you know the technology around you, including your cell phone, are powerful GIS devices, use them for good.